Hey everyone, this is my video for round 2 alternate day fasting, week 2 results. And reason why I say round 2 is my round 1 was back in October. So let's jump right into it and get to the week 2 results. First, I want to say that there's no medical advice on this channel, so don't be dumb. Before you start anything, go see your doctor, get a clearance for anything that medically or physically that you want to do. That's the right thing to do for you. So here are the results. The week started out very well on Monday. Monday was actually an eat day for me, so there are really no problems. Now, I started on June 29th, I weighed in at 25.4 pounds. Then 1 week later, at the end of week 1, I weighed in at 220 pounds. So I went down about 5.4 pounds. So on Monday, I still had not had any pop. And if you watched any of my previous videos, I like pop. I like drinking Mountain Dew. It's my weak spot, but I'm learning to live with a lot less of it. So Monday hit, everything went fine. Had a 34-hour fast on Tuesday. Tuesday would have been technically day 8. So Tuesday, I remember being very rough for me. I remember being very hungry on Tuesday. And I remember in the morning, now this is just before noon, I remember in the morning being so hungry that I wanted to just stop and eat and just kind of give up for the day, but I didn't. I worked through it, and that's what you got to do when you hit those hunger pains. Just mentally work through it. Wait a few minutes, drink a glass of water, go for a walk. Eventually those hunger pains will go away. Then on Wednesday, I weighed in at 218.91 pounds, which was just a drop of just under a pound. And what I've noticed is, as of right now, with every fasting day, I'm losing about 1 pound for every fasting day. Now, I'm sure that's going to level off. I'm sure what I'm losing now is a bunch of water weight and all that fun stuff. And on Wednesday, I did have a Mountain Dew for the first time in like 10 days. And I was curious as to how it was going to taste. And much to my surprise, it didn't taste as good as I remembered it. It was just okay. It really wasn't anything special, but I still had it. It was more of a comfort food than anything. Thursday, I did a 34-hour fast, and then I woke up, no issues on Thursday, no hunger pains, no problems. Then I woke up on Friday, my eat day, at 217.81 pounds. And again, that day I had another Mountain Dew. No problems with the eating. Again, I'm not counting calories, so not 1 calorie was counted. Then on Saturday, Saturday was my fast day, and I hit a bump in the road on Saturday. And let me explain this to you. At my work, I was told that Friday they were going to start buying food for the employees. So I thought, well, great, Friday's my eat day, so that's going to be awesome. I'll be able to eat. And so no food came Friday, not that big of a deal. So good thing I packed my lunch. And with my lunch, I'm starting to go with more fruits, vegetables, things like that. And don't get me wrong, I still have the snacks. I still have the Cheez-Its and, a cupcake and, but I'm starting to eat about an equal amount of natural foods as well, bananas, apples, things like that. So anyway, Saturday hit, my first day of the fast. And the first thing that happened is this. They bought food on Saturday. So what killed me was they bought pizzas, the small individual pizzas because of the coronavirus. And then they stocked the refrigerator full of Mountain Dew. So I got to be honest with you, I was kind of pissed inside, not pissed at them, but just pissed at the situation in general. It wasn't really anything anybody did. So my lunchtime came around and I clock out, I go sit in the break room. And I'm thinking to myself, I really want this pizza. I really want to eat this pizza. And it was like my right brain was having a battle with my left brain, and I was trying to logically work through this. And I told myself, yeah, you already right now you're at a 16-hour fast. You can do a 16-8. But then I thought technically that would be a fast, an intermittent fasting. But that's not really what I want to that's really not how I structured my game plan. I structured my game plan to do every other day, and or alternate day fasting. So I started asking myself questions. Are you really hungry? No, I wasn't really hungry. What do you have to gain from this if you eat this pizza and drink this pop right now? I can gain about 10 minutes of taste. That's about it. 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes of taste. That's all. What do you have to lose if you were to eat this pizza right now and drink this pop? Well, I would lose my structure of what I want to do, of what I want to accomplish. I have goals set up for the next, for 16 weeks. I'm in week 2 right now. So I would lose that structure, and I would lose my week's potential progress. So with my fellow coworkers around me eating all of this pizza and drinking this pop, I did not walk away. I sat there and I just worked my way through it. And eventually I just went back to work and no real issues. I was shocked that I actually did that and made it through without having that pizza and pop, because I wanted it so bad at the time. But looking back now, I'm glad I did that. So the second thing that hit me on Saturday is this. I looked at my future work schedule, and 3 out of my 4 days off coming up in the next 2 weeks would have been on my fast days. When I have my day off from work, I don't really like those to be fast days. I can do one here, one there, but for 3 out of my 4 days off to be fast days, I don't like that. I mean, if my dad cooks, I cook, and if I want to eat, I just want my days off to be on my eat days. Fast days are a lot easier at work because I have a quick lunch, a half-hour lunch, and I can go back to work and just work through the day, and it's really not that big of a deal. So what I did to sort of shift my days around is I woke up, I contemplated doing a 2-day fast, which would be a 60-hour fast, which is this would have been from Friday night at 8:30 to Monday morning at 8:30. That would have been a 60-hour fast. So I would have fasted the entire Saturday and Sunday. And I contemplated this. But it all depends on how I felt on Sunday morning when I woke up. If I felt bad on Sunday morning, like I needed to eat, I was prepared to do 2 eat days, one on Sunday, one on Monday. But I woke up Sunday morning and I felt okay. And I said, well, let's just push through this and see what happens. If we go midday, we go midday. If we can do it all day, we'll do it all day. And I weighed in at 216.93 pounds on Sunday, just as a guide, just to keep a guide. So I actually went down almost another pound just from fasting on Saturday. And Sunday, fast day, I pushed through it. It was tough because I seemed to be watching the clock on Sunday. So when 2:30 hit, I'm like, okay, well, this is, it was like 40 hours. One thing that happened too on Saturday night, to keep my electrolytes up, I took a glass of water and I added some sodium chloride and potassium chloride into some water. And I drank that. And you got to watch out, because if you do that, if you start adding these salt and things like that, it could have a laxative effect. And you got to watch out, because you can come up to a point where if you haven't had food in a while, you can think that you're going to pass gas, and you won't pass gas. You'll actually shart yourself. And if you're at work or out in public, God help you, because now you have a mess to clean up and all that bad stuff. So you got to be careful with that. And it'll trick you too. I mean, you could pass gas 9 times, and that 10th time, boom, it hits you. And then you're kind of stuck. But anyway, through the fast on Sunday, I just felt really tired. I was still able to work and walk and talk, and nobody really knew what was going on. Nobody knew if I was fasting or not, is what I'm trying to say. And I had a good mind to, when I got home, I had a good mind to hop on the treadmill. But then I got a call to go down to my dad's house. So I went down and visited him instead. And I just remember being very tired at the end of Sunday night. And today is July 13th. So Sunday night for me was just last night. And I remember being very tired at the end of my week 2. And I ended up going to bed last night, I think around 11 o'clock. And I slept very, very solid. And then when I weighed in this morning, July 13th of 2020, my body fat percentage went down to 27.7. And then my weight was at 214.95 pounds. And that's a total loss just in 2 weeks of 10.45 pounds. Now, granted, a lot of that's probably water weight, but I will tell you this. My body is cleaning itself out. So it's doing what it needs to do to correct itself. Today is my eat day, so yay. I ended up breaking my fast this morning, the start of week 3, with a little bit of broth, just to kind of get the digestive juices going. Then I had a smoothie, and then I had a bagel with some eggs. Other than that, I mean, week 2, in my opinion, was a success, other than the little bumps in the road on Tuesday and Saturday. But I fought through those, and I ended up with like a 5-pound weight loss for the week, which is sort of unheard of for me, because when I did round 1, I was only losing on an average of about 3 pounds a week. So in round 2 to have lost 10.45 pounds in only 2 weeks tells me that I had a lot of junk in my body that was being cleaned up. And I'm curious to see where week 3 will bring me. I'm only fasting 3 times this week in week 3, 4 eat days. So we'll see where I weigh in next week. But if you have any questions, put them in the bottom here, and I'll do the best I can to get to them. Put them in the comments. And remember, at any time, if you're doing this alternate day fasting and you feel bad, stop. Don't kill yourself with this. This is something that you want to do for yourself to make yourself better, and not sort of damage yourself. So, and remember to see your doctor first before you do any of this, because you don't want to have any hidden underlying health issues, and then have things go sideways for you when you start to do this and then have problems. So anyway, that's my results for week 2, and I will be back next Monday with my results for week 3. See ya.